So good morning. I'm up early this morning, and I've for about a year been making my own honey whole wheat bread. So I thought I'd get a batch going this morning. Thought I'd share that with you. So I've got 3 cups of warm water here, not hot but warm. And I'm going to go ahead and put my yeast in here, and it'll take about 10 minutes for this to rise. But I also put, we buy this at Costco, it's really good, about a tablespoon of honey. And with my yeast, it helps it rise better, and it also gives it better flavor when you get your bread made. So I just kind of lightly stir that, and then give it about 10 minutes to rise. Set that aside here. In the meantime, while that's going on, I'm going to measure my flour out. I have unbleached wheat flour and unbleached bread flour, which is what I use for this because it makes it a lot better and a lot healthier for you. So I'm going to do 1 cup of the unbleached bread flour. That just helps with the consistency, so it's not quite so heavy like wheat flour can be. So I got a cup of that, put it in my bowl here. And then I'm going to do 2 cups of the unbleached whole wheat flour. And you can get both these at Walmart. They're not real expensive. So I'll do, there's 1. And so 2. All right. So while my yeast is rising over here, I'm going to go ahead and set these to the side. And in this, I also put about a tablespoon of really good olive oil. We buy this Atlas extra virgin olive oil. This is Moroccan olive oil, which is the best. Get it from Amazon online. So about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. Just kind of eyeball it. Or you can measure if that's better for you. And then also in here, I put about another tablespoon of honey. Again, it is honey wheat bread, so put about another tablespoon of honey. Okay. And then really there's no egg or anything in this, so it's a very easy recipe. So we'll be back in just a second once this yeast rises. Okay, and we are back. Our yeast is rising good enough. Before I put the yeast in there, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of salt. Sorry, not sugar, salt. No sugar in this recipe at all. Okay, and then I'm going to add this a little at a time because sometimes it doesn't quite take it all. So I got a little bitty measuring cup here. I want it kind of pancake consistency. So I'm going to add that a little at a time. And just use a fork to stir it up. And I think we're probably going to be good to add some more, but it's still pretty thick. Alright. Add a little bit more here. Get that stirred up really well. And then what we're going to do when we get this done, it's getting kind of a pancake consistency here. We want it thin, but not too thin. I think that's enough. I don't think we're going to need all this, so we'll put this away. Alright, so this is a real good stir. So it's kind of a thick pancakey. Alright, we're good to go there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to cover it with a towel and leave it for 30 minutes in kind of a warm place, and then we're going to let that rise, and then we'll be back to finish up this recipe. Alright, so it's been 30 minutes, and as you can see, it's more than doubled in size. So what we do now is I add a couple tablespoons at a time of the bread flour, heaping tablespoons, and we want to just keep adding enough until it pulls away from the sides. So I got my little handy dandy spatula here. Just keep adding it and stirring it until it's thick enough that it pulls away from the side. It might take, I don't know, 4 or 5 tablespoons, but you don't want it too thin because it won't raise again right. So that's 2. See it's starting to pull away? Okay. I'm going to add another heaping tablespoon. And I say heaping, I mean heaping. And add that to here, and that may be enough. Let's get this mixed up real well. Let's see. Get this out of your way. And I will put this recipe in the description section too, so you can look at, see how it's pulling away really good now? Looks real good. All right. So then I buy the olive oil spray, and that's what I don't flour and butter it because you don't want that as extra calories. So I just spray mine real well, real generously. Okay, and then you're going to take your bread mixture here. You're just going to dump it right in there. Okay. All right. It's looking good. Get that all in there. Just going to spread it out so it bakes evenly. Okay, and then what I do is I cover this and I let it raise for about another, I don't know, till it gets closer to the top. It's about another 30 minutes or so. So you want to cover it back with your towel again. Okay. And you let it raise, and when you see it's about halfway raised, go ahead and preheat your oven. And your oven should be at 400, and you'll probably bake this for about 30-35 minutes, but we'll go over that again when we get back. Okay, so we can see that the bread is almost to the top. It's doubled in size. The oven is almost at 400, but while we're waiting on this at just got to 400. But I want to show you what I like to mix up and keep on hand for my bread. Okay, this is an olive oil mixture, and it has I usually start with about a quarter cup of olive oil, and then about a teaspoon of onion salt, about a teaspoon of minced garlic, and then I put this seasoning in it called spinach and herb. It's from Tastefully Simple, which is amazing, but you can also use dill. I've put dill in it before too. And a little bit of salt, and just mix that up, and I just keep that with a lid on it by my stove, because you don't have to have it in the refrigerator because it gets thick when you put it in the refrigerator. And then when I have the warm bread, I just take it out and dip it. Now this bread is so versatile also that if you like your bread warm and you just like it out of the oven, a lot of people want it out of the oven, then they don't want it after that. You can put it in the microwave for 18 seconds, a slice of it, and I use my electric knife to slice it so I get nicer slices, but we'll show you that later. So we're ready to put this in the oven now, and we will be back when it's done, and I'll show you the finished result. All right, so our bread's done. First thing I do when it's done is I lather some butter on top of it. That helps it to be moisture and not be so dry. So I just take some, and I use real butter, not margarine. I don't ever use margarine. Margarine's not good for you. And you got a healthier bread here, so you want it to stay healthy by putting real butter on it, okay? And then I just kind of let that butter set and melt there for a couple minutes, and then you can put it on the cutting board and cut it. So we'll be back in just a second, and I'll show you what it looks like when I cut some. All right, so like I was saying, the best tool to use if you're gonna make a lot of bread, and we make it about every other weekend, is to use an electric knife. And I'm not gonna sit here and show you the whole thing, but I am gonna show you what nice slices it makes. So see how pretty your bread is inside? That's wonderful. I'm gonna cut one more. So look how pretty that is. All right. Now, you want to let your bread set for about 10 minutes before you start slicing it. Let it cool just a little bit. You still want it warm because you want some butter on it. So let's check it out. All right, so we're going to get some butter knife here. And I know I don't even have to ask. Ray wants a piece too, because we always love it when it comes right out of the oven. So put a little butter on it. Good stuff. All right. Again, like I said, I eat it with olive oil a lot of times during the day, but when it's fresh out of the oven like this, you can't beat having some good old butter on it. So thank you for being with me today, and have a great day. Okay, so we are back. Now, some people think this is crazy, but you've got your eggs in here. I drained them. I ran cool water over them so they're cooled. Now, the way I get my eggshells off, just shake them in the pan. And you're going to find they're going to fall right off. See? Look at that. So much easier than trying to get them started, and then you just pull it right off. Now again, these are our eggs, so this is the first time I've used our eggs for egg salad. So here's one, it's peeling easier. So you just want to peel all the shell off. I just throw it back in here, and then I've got a bowl here. So I'm going to peel all these, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got all my eggs peeled and washed really well. I just have them in here. Now you can use an egg slicer, however you want to do, but I just kind of just take a knife and run through them and until they're in chunks, and then we're ready to start our egg salad. Doesn't take very long, just kind of chop them up a little bit. Eggs, you use your yolks and your whites, obviously. Now, this recipe is the same recipe I use for my deviled eggs, but obviously you would not put your whites in here. You would save the whites to stuff with your mixture. All right, so once you got it chopped up to where you want it, that looks pretty good. Now, mine is very simple. I just use Duke's mayonnaise, okay? And a lot of people's problem with egg salad is they don't put enough mayonnaise in. So I start with a good heaping amount of mayonnaise, probably 1/4 cup, all right? And then I add a little salt, not a lot, a little salt, a little pepper. And then one of my secret ingredients is this Tastefully Simple spinach, or I was a Tastefully Simple consultant for a while. Put about a tablespoon of that in there. Okay, we'll mix it up and we'll see if it needs more mayonnaise or not. Just mix it gently. You don't want it to get mushy. So you just gently mix it. And it looks like we're going to need some more, because part of the problem with egg salad is if you don't put enough mayonnaise in it, then it gets really dry and it's just not really good. So I'm going to say we're probably going to put about another 1/3 cup maybe in. All right, and just lightly mix that too. All right, it's looking good. See how it's pretty moist? It's not real dry. That's the secret to good egg salad. If you don't put enough mayonnaise in, it's just not good at all. So we're gonna have a taste. Get this spoon out of here. All right, grab a spoon. We'll taste it and see if we've got enough ingredients in here, or if it needs something else. Good, and it'll be even better when it's cold. So we got church here in just a little bit. Every Saturday we have church here. If you haven't checked out my husband's channel, it's What God Wants You on YouTube. And we will be having this we have lunch afterwards. We have church at noon and then lunch right afterwards. So have a blessed day.